Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to a Legend of the Five Rings, the card game, the living card game unboxing. This video is for one of the Dynasty Packs cycles. And this is going to be the quick speed version where I'm just going to go through to show off all the cards really quick from each different pack separate. And then I will do a follow-up video, which I'll have links in the description for. Where I actually go through and talk about each one, but I'm going to do them as a full cycle as one entire set altogether. So what the Dynasty Packs are, just as a quick overview, is every Dynasty sets will be sets of 6 small packs that come like this. So these may or may not be the ones in this video. This is just an example. And on the back of them, it's going to have 3 copies of 20 different cards. So 60 new cards for the game. This gets you enough to have the limit for each set, for each deck. Each one kind of has sort of a theme. They have different cards that go through each different pack. So like one pack might have one part of the cycle, then the next pack. So there might be a particular card in this one that goes for the crab, then the next one might have a similar type of card for the crane, and the next one might have one for the lion. But then each one only has so many cards, and has usually 2 to 3 cards in each of the Conflict and the Dynasty decks in each pack. So purchasing these only gets you a few cards for each different clan. So buying the entire thing all together will end up getting you a total of, it's the last pack here, 120. Yeah, 120 brand new cards overall. And this is the Imperial cycle for this example. So yeah, we'll unbox that in the second one. So the first one has 1 through 20 with its set symbol. Then the next one has 21 through 40, and then so on and so forth. So yeah, and then they all kind of a little bit of connecting themes, and they sort of go together. So again, this one we're just gonna open up. We'll show off exactly what's, for example, in this pack, and then we'll look to the next one. And I'm just gonna go through, read off the names, and kind of fly through them really quickly. And again, we'll come back in the next 2 video parts. It'll be part 1 for just the Conflict, or at least the Dynasty cards, and then part 3 of it will be just the Conflict cards. Yeah, so come back in and check out the rest of them if you'd like to see more. Otherwise, this should just give you a quick idea of what is in each one of these packs in case you want to buy them individually. Alright, so for this speed draw for the Dynasty Packs, we are going to be looking through the 3rd cycle, which is the Inheritance cycle. So the first pack, so these 2 little fan blades, has cards 1 through 22, which you might notice is a little different than previous ones, because usually it was 1 through 20. So a couple of slight changes in this set, possibly going forward, is instead of having exactly 3 copies of each 20 different cards, is any of these strongholds and provinces, they only give you 1 copy of each. So it's kind of a thing they switched away from. So if you want to have, so if you're buying this for 1 player to use, great, you have 3 copies of all your main deck cards. You only need 1 province or stronghold per thing, since you can't duplicate them anyhow, typically. But if you're trying to play this for multiple people, then it's going to get stuck where you're going to have to select different ones. Unfortunately, so it's a little minor change there. The other thing that I just want to bring up quick, and I'm not going to go over it too much, is there is a new keyword called disguise. So I'm just going to kind of hold this up a bit. If you want to read through it, you can go ahead and pause it like we're going to do with the cards. And then, like, in the full unboxing, I'll read through them all. And then there's also a new province, which has a special symbol, which uses any element. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and come through the speed draw. If you want me to read through and explain that more, check out the full video. So for our first pack, which is cards 1 through 22, we have For the Empire. So we're going to start with that new special province here, which is Toshi Ranbo. Scene of the Crime, sorry, Dragon Province, and then we have a generic one, Gateway Kamito. Then for our Dynasty cards, we're going to start with our crabs. We have Hiramu Signcaller, Signaler, the 5th Watchtower, In Crane, we have Sentious Poet and Esteemed Tea House. Dragon, we have Magistrate of Reason. We're Lion, we have Akigo Zentaro. Phoenix, we have Shiba Sophist. Scorpion has Shameless Gossip. Unicorn has Shinjo Koro. Unclanned, we get Hiekes Sorcery. And then for our conflict cards, we're going to start out with Crab again. We have Give No Ground. A Moment of Perfect Beauty. Greater Understanding. Blade of 10,000 Battles. Command Respect. Purity of Spirit. False Loyalties. Armored Baracha. And a Perfect Cut. For pack number 2, the Bonds of Blood, which will be cards by number 23 through 44. Same thing, we'll have one copy of each of the provinces. We have Dishonorable Assault, Untamed Steppe, Field of the Departed. And then when we get to the Dynasty card, we get back to our 3 copies. We have Haruma Yoshino, Kitsaku Yukamimi, Akigo Kege, Valiant Oathkeeper, Yogo Preserver, the Benevolent Ambassador, Yukaka Ramaru. And then for our conflict cards, we're jumping into Fury of the Damned from the pack art, or the box art. Arbiter of Authority, A New Name, Duel to the Death, 910 People, Two Heavens Technique, Forebears Echoes, Asawa Takada, Earth Becomes Sky, Alluring Peltron, or Paytron, Soft Skin, and then finally, Unfulfilled Duty. Then for pack 3, we have Justice for Satsumi. Is that Satsumi? I don't know. 45 through 66. So with our one copy provinces, we have Conflict Between King, Effective Deception, Into the Forbidden City. Back to our Dynasty cards, we got Hidasugi, Doji Hataru. And I just gotta show this off quick. There's our Doji Kalan. So it's fun, they have the dual art like that. Trusted Advisor, Court of Justice, Masumi Swiftspear, Steward of the Rich Frog, Acolyte of Konye, Isawa Hiko, Shosuro Ibuki, Shinzo Gunzo. And Wayfarer's Camp. Into our conflict cards, we have Warden of the Damned, Talus Ashiguru, Justicar's Approach, Sharpened the Mind, Stride the Waves, Shishiro Mikio, and Ajuki Tactics. For pack number 4, we are going to have The Children of the Heaven, which will have cards number 67 through 88. So we have our provinces, we have Fortified Assembly, and Emperor Summons. Indoor Dynasty cards, we get Student of Atomies, or Anatomies, if I'm saying that wrong. Graceful Guardian, the Iron Crane Legion, Kagoshi Yoshi, Truth Seeker, Ikoma Kiyomono, Righteous Delegate, and then I'm not sure why, but we only have one copy of this holding. Maybe because it's unique. Maybe that might be the other thing they started doing is change on the you limit 1 per deck cards to 1 per deck. So Starry Heaven Sanctuary, Emissary of Lies, A Licensed Quarter, Aig Ryomo, and Hangiki Daetsu. Then for our conflict cards, we are getting Sharpened Kurohashishi. I guess that's the blade. Issue a Challenge. Rising Stars Kata. Regal Bearing. Invoke the Divine. Unspoken Etiquette. Natural Negotiator, and over here for pack number 5 we have a Champion's Foresight, which will be cards 89 through 110. So we actually get a stronghold in this one, so we get one brand new stronghold. Part of, I think, a mega cycle that like one time through each bunch of the new sets. Some new provinces, Henshin Mysteries, and Smuggler's Cove. Then back into our Dynasty cards, we have Frontline Engineer, Strategic Weak Point, Court Musician, Daidejo Keigaru, Army of the Rising Wave, Quarrelsome Youth, Unified Company, Asako Takahiro, Palace Guard, Peckle Village Estate, Keeper of Secret Names. Then for our conflict cards, we're back to Crab with Withstand the Darkness. Shukujo, Deduction. Fan of Command. Erudite Prestige. By Any Means. Current of the Beirut, and then lastly Outflank. And for our 6th and final pack, we have Shoju's Duty, which will contain the last couple of cards, 111 through 130. So I end up adding basically 10 more cards to the set. This one does not, Star Trek Dynasty has no provinces or anything, because I already went through one for each. We have Gallant Quartermaster, Yakusu Hakase, Daigajo Harrier, Hitsu Go Disciple, Kogashi Ichi, Hero of Three Trees, Persuasive Counselor, Student of Esoterica, the Infernal Guard Invoker, the Chrysanthemum Steward. Here we have the Shoji from the box, Bayusha Shoji, Golden Plains Rider, Moto Outrider, and then hopping into our conflict cards, we have Root Out Heresy, Kakata's Final Stance, Mantra of Air. In Service to My Lord, Cloak of Night, Castigated, and then our last card is Know the Terrain. Alright, so that is what we have for the Inheritance Cycle. So this is our speed packs. So definitely come back, check out the full unboxings. We'll have the one for Dynasty, one for Conflict. If you want to look through and see a little bit more, or listen to me talk about what's each card, go through all that stuff. See you guys in that video. Bye.